lovely friends, it's Margaret, and I am not entirely sure what I am reading this month. So if you've been on the channel for more than 5 minutes, you know that I like planning things. I like having a plan of what I plan on reading. How many times can I say plan in like one sentence? I like making lists of what I want to read. Whether or not I read those, that's another story. But I like making lists of what I'm going to read. And yet, here we are in September, and I'm just like, there are a couple of books that I know I need to read. Don't really have a choice on those. This will probably be the weirdest TBR you have ever seen on my channel, or at least the weirdest TBR you've seen since like last May or something, when the last time that I was like, I don't know what I want to read was. This time, I do not have a huge long list of books that I'm going to be reading. I'm just going to discuss my reading plans, and then we're gonna sit down and figure out what I am reading for September's Readathon. I do know for a fact that I am participating in 3 readathons. One of them is Vaultathon, which is the readathon that I run every couple of months. This round's theme is Meet the Robinsons, and our group book is Saving Lucas Biggs by Marissa de los Santos and David Teague. I remembered it. Definitely reading this book this month. This has time travel and a girl trying to save her dad by going back in time and trying to make the judge that sentences him wrongfully to prison to be a better person. Like, she's trying to change this guy's childhood or something. I don't know. I just know that she's able to time travel as a thing in her family she's not supposed to, and her name is Margaret. That's a weird thing for me. No one's ever named Margaret, unless they're like 70. I also am going to be participating in the Stranger Things Readathon. One of my friends, Jasmine from L'Amour de Books, is one of the co-hosts, and sadly, as much as I love Jasmine, I'm not on Jasmine's team. The thing is that, number one, OTP level material, as much as some of the couples on this show are, how cute they are, the OTP level material is truly Joyce and Hopper, so I couldn't say no to that. And also, it just so happens that Team Eagle's Nest fits at least 2 of the books that I already have to read this month, or I was already planning on reading this month. So in a minute, we're gonna figure out maybe some of what the rest of the books that I'm reading are. And then the final readathon that I'm doing this month is Latinx Book Bingo. For both Vaultathon and the Latinx Book Bingo, I will be making separate TBRs later on in the month. Both of them don't start until about midway through the month, so we'll go there. I already know 2 of the books that I'm going to be reading for it, because one of them is one I want to get to for a while, and also Saving Lucas Biggs has a Latinx author as one of the co-authors. So before we get into what I'm reading for the Stranger Things Readathon, we need to get into the TBR jar. This is the beginning of the month, and I actually did a not terrible job. I read one of the picks from last month, so I feel like an accomplished human being. There's enough room on my physical TBR at this point that all of the books fit. So what I'm doing is working, even if I'm only reading like one of the picks a month. The first one is Son of a Gun, Would You Open? This is so difficult. First one is The Grace Mystery. I suddenly realized I don't want to read this book like ever, so we're gonna just unhaul it. Here are 2 new ones, and hopefully these will be books. I opened it. I was like, this is not happening. Let's see. Pride and Prescience. The full title is Pride and Prescience, or A Truth Universally Acknowledged, a Mr. and Mrs. Darcy Mystery. So it's by Carrie Beveris. I've had this for a while. I got it from a friend when she was unhauling it, but I'm in the mood for Pride and Prejudice retellings, so this is good timing, guys. I appreciate this. And then Heroes book. Oh, okay. My stool is over there, and it's up there, and hold on. So it says Heroes book, but that's because they're all the heroes' story. I don't know what the title of this series actually is, but like I have 6 of them and I haven't read them, and so I guess I'm reading this. No, thank you. He's not very attractive. This is the second book in the Resenting the Hero series. Basically, she is his shield, he is the source. He's the one that's able to do like the big magic, but because the way the magic works in this world, every source needs a shield because they open themselves up when they're doing magic to stop these natural disasters. They're opening themselves up to a point where if they don't have a shield, they will die. So basically, she's the one keeping him from dying. And she hates him, and it's sad that she hates him, but he's kind of, like, you kind of can't blame her at the beginning, but it's a lot of, like, they don't truly understand each other, and she's made assumptions about him, and I'm gonna be into it at some point when we get to the point in the book where these 2 are actually, like, interested in each other instead of at each other's throats. Alright, it is time to talk about the other books that I will be reading this month, and then we're gonna see how these fit with my Stranger Things TBR. Maybe, like, We'll see. I am also going to be reading Heist Society by Ali Carter. I love this series. I know that puts me in the minority. But I love this series. I love Kat. I love the group. Everything about this is amazing, and I want to know what Hale's name is. This is going to be a book that I'm going to be doing on a new series. You will see what that series is eventually, later, but I'm going to surprise y'all with it because it might involve a lot of me ranting at people. I am also going to be reading real soon here the Demigods Anonymous book for August, which is The Trials of Apollo, Book 1, The Hidden Oracle. This is about Apollo, and if you don't know what happened in the last series, basically he pissed his dad off by causing chaos and mayhem, or at least Zeus is blaming him for the chaos and mayhem. So he has decided Apollo needs to be a human being. And Apollo is on Earth now as a human being and causing trouble at Camp Half-Blood. So that's what's happening in this book. And then the final book that I am reading is White Fragility by Robin DiAngelo. I got this for the Blackout Buddy Read back in June. It didn't arrive in time for me to actually read it for the Buddy Read, but I am going to be buddy reading it with coffee from Brianna Books and Bullet Journals. I'm gonna be buddy reading it with Brianna from Coffee Books and Bullet Journals. Sorry, my brain. What's going on? Time to go over the challenges. For the Eagle's Nest, I need to read a book that features a hate-to-love romance. Does it count if they're not in the romance yet? Obviously, for that one, I will be reading The Hero Strikes Back. I feel like that's they may not be romantic yet, but they're going to be. And it's kind of a hate-to-love friendship. What do you think? It works? It works. Number 2 is Joyce, which is Why Are All These Magnies Losing Their Magnetism? Read a book that you've always felt drawn to. This is an easy one to pick. I'm gonna try for the 5th or 6th month in a row to read Chain of Gold to fulfill that prompt. That's how that's gonna work. It's a Shadowhunters book. I'm always drawn to Shadowhunters books. Number 3 is Hopper. I want you to feel like this can still be your home. Reread a book that feels like home. That's going to be Heist Society by Ali Carter. Number 4 is Alexi's Cherry Slushy. Read a book with red on the cover. We're also probably going to go with Heist Society for that one. I'm going to double up. Number 5 is Summer Carnival. Read a fun fantasy book. Where's Trials of Apollo? Fun. Fantasy. Always. And then number 6 is The Upside Down. Read a book that's outside of your comfort zone. I'm going to go with White Fragility for that one because it's not, I already know it's not going to be a comfortable book to read because it's, anytime you are white and you're reading about racism, there are going to be things that you're going to have to confront that are going to make you uncomfortable, but I think the important part in that is to sit with the discomfort and get to the root of why you're uncomfortable, because that's not necessarily a bad thing that you're uncomfortable. You should be uncomfortable, and I think sitting with that discomfort is part of what helps you figure out how to do better and how to change the world around you. So that's my TBR for September. For all of the people who are always in the comments dragging me for being like, Margaret, you're reading 15 books this month. Please be proud of me. 7 books. 7 books. I might throw another one in there so that I have a red book, but we'll make, I have a nice short one. Hold on. Where is it? Completely forgot that I also need to read Diary of a Wimpy Kid by Jeff Kinney so I can finish the Best Friends Choose My TBR video. There's my TBR for Stranger Things Readathon. Stranger Things-a-thon? The Stranger Things Readathon. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, if you enjoyed this video, there will be other videos over here that you might be interested in checking out. That is it for now, my friends. Happy reading, and I will see you later when we will talk about more wordy, nerdy things. Bye!